Alright. Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new show, The Salt Mines. We have put out a call to all the average shows on the ladder to send us in replays where their opponents have just absolutely outlandish and ridiculous outbursts. They get salty, they get upset, and they make excuses. Let's get right into it here. We've got a Zerg versus Zerg between Vulpin in the top right, opening up with Zerg Life Best Life. And the opponent, another Zerg, SK Trashcan at the bottom left says, "Can you tell me how to have fun?" And the quotation marks already, you could tell, an absolute ray of sunlight is Trashcan. Going for a double gastric as well, one of the most objectively bad openings in the game. Don't take the game too serious, says Vulpin. Yeah, that's actually like really legit advice. Something I always tell people. It's like, people are like, I'm hard stuck Diamond 3, man. And I'm like, are you a pro player? And they're like, no. I'm like, does your whole success in life, you know, revolve on you improving? And they're like, no. I'm like, just have fun then. Stop caring. Since ZVZ is the most imbalanced matchup of all. It's actually just the fastest, says Vulpin. Trashcan, no, it's imbalanced. There's two OP units that disrupt the balance. Well, how can it be imbalanced if we've both got the same tools? And it makes the game more like Dance Dance Revolution. DDR is literally one of the greatest esports of all time. I don't know how this is a problem, Trashcan. How does anyone bring that up as an argument about the matchup being bad and imbalanced? What the hell? That's ridiculous. I like it. Vulpin's on my side. It's like, dude, that's a great game. Drops the smiley faces. It's more like DDR than a strategy game. It's just button bashing. You're just bashing the buttons. And we can see here, Trashcan is already setting up their excuse for Zerg vs. Zerg. Clearly hates Ling Bane. Doesn't want to play it, and he's just building spine crawlers in the main before you even see anything. This is one of the worst builds I've ever seen. Is rock, paper, scissors balanced? Yes, it's literally same tools for both players. Even Trashcan, you just answered your own question. I mean, literally, balance. Think about that word, balance. What's that? What image does that bring up? Oh, scales. What are scales used for? Weighing. And when you've got two things on both sides of the scale, and they're the same, it is literally balanced. There is no discussion. This is not open to interpretation. It is balanced. And Trashcan repeats the exact same question again. Is rock, paper balanced? Same tools for both players. At the same time, Trashcan, guys, the most important thing in this matchup is to put your Overlord outside their base. Trashcan going off to the left with this Overlord, out to the right with this Overlord, getting no vision on the map. I think we see why you're having problems with Ling Bane, mate. If you don't keep vision outside, he could Ling Flood you and you'd have no idea. Speaking of Ling Flood, Vulpin's like, this guy clearly hates playing against Ling Bane. I'm just gonna mass Lings. Guys, hot tip, if you're playing a war game, telling your opponent what you don't want to play against is probably not a good idea. Vulpin accidentally rallies the Lings underneath the Overlord. But wait, does Trashcan even realize? Trashcan is too busy complaining. He doesn't notice the Zergs. They just ran away. They just ran away from the Overlord and he didn't look at it. I don't think he noticed this absolute donkey of a human. He says, it is not balanced because rock has no counter. How can it not be balanced? It's literally balanced, says Vulpin. We're just going to watch this from Trashcan's vision, guys. Same tools is not balanced. Balance is no OP units and no useless units. That's not what balance is. You can't just co-opt what balance is and come up with this imaginary version. Mom says, no, well, every unit does actually have its counter, you know. It is literally balanced and it's... Trashcan says, no, in rock paper, rock has no counter. Oh no, Trashcan is one of these people, we all know, anyone out there has a bigger brother, you all know, if you've grown up with a bigger brother and they just lie about the rules of the game, Trashcan, every time he thought rock just automatically wins, but he's not allowed to play rock or his brother slaps him over the face. Oh no, Trashcan, don't you know paper beats rock? Apparently just staring at your wall off also beats Zergling All-ins. Dude, get your queen in the hole, you fucking donkey! You had so long to react! So long, and you did nothing. And he's just staring at the natural as everything goes down. The Ling Flood comes in, announces at the start, I hate playing versus Lings and Banes, essentially. Then gets it, and oh my god, dropping the double C-bomb and the third layer of excuse as well. You guys see that? Get C disease, and then another C word that's associated with female genitalia, and then says, I was too busy typing, and leaves the game as Vulpin drops the tongue face. That there is glorious. I mean, honestly, guys, I gotta say, shout out to Trashcan's brother for always literally lying about the rules of rock, paper, scissors, and no one ever correcting him. And he's carried that over to his Starcraft play. Unfortunately, That there was some outlandish BM, and what a lovely way to start the series. Let's go straight into the next game. All right, going into the second game, we've got a Protoss versus Zerg. Looks like we've got Synapse in the bottom right side of this one. And already dropping a question mark at the start. And as a picture of a Zerg symbol. Oh no. Is this player already angry because they're playing a Zerg? Up in the top left, we've got Mathis Spell. Mathis Spell says, badly spelled, good luck, good luck. Oh, okay, so maybe during the countdown at the start, Mathis Spell said like, oh, good luck, have fun, or something like that, right? And then they mistyped it, and Synapse was just like, oh, what did you mean? Okay, so fair enough. Now you can tell this is high-level play because this pylon positioning is not walling this ramp or this ramp, which means, guys, we are playing at peak MMR. To be fair, Synapse did drop a chrono boost, which is impressive if you don't know how to wall off. And a forge goes down immediately. Oh, no. Oh, no. Cannon Rush is going to come in. Now, the Overlords have already seen that probe. They saw it walk right past, but Mathis, are you not... Oh my god, this second Overlord is not even... You meant to sit above the natural? Usually you send the Overlord there and then to go sit out front. Mathis, you saw a probe coming across the map. Okay, so Mathis already not paying attention. Now, Synapse, the problem with this Cannon Rush is you can't really expand off it. But because you've got a pylon in the main, you can cannon up your main to defend from like Nidus Worms and Ling Run-bys and stuff like that. So there's an argument behind this being better, except for the fact that pylon is sticking out like a sore thumb and could get depowered. Already a cannon going up on the front. Mathis has no idea about this, and this is not good. And Synapse also has 20 workers, which means not only is Synapse getting a cannon rush, it's a cannon rush in a terrible position that any pool of workers could have defended, and doing it with a sick economy behind it. I mean, this is a massive advantage for the Protoss player, getting away with just straight murder at this point, even building a gateway on the front. Now, these cannons aren't in range of the hatchery, so this is kind of noob from Synapse. You really should be building at least one cannon there, and you don't want to have it finish until just after the hatchery finishes. So if you started about 10, 15, 20 seconds ago, that would be good. So now going for the cannon, Synapse with some rather amateurish timing, but Mathis now seeing this, 2 queens, 4 zerglings on the way. There is no way. Pulling drones into finished cannons. Oh, he doesn't see the other cannons. Oh, no, run, Mathis. Run away. No, run. No, don't build spine crawlers right in front of cannon. No. Mate, the cannons are about to finish. What are you doing, mate? Mathis having a panic attack. Oh, no. Mathis is having a panic. He's building spines next to cannons that are about to finish. You know a spine crawler takes 36 seconds to finish, right? Even longer than a cannon does. Even if it was the same build time, building it way after the cannon starts is not going to go well. Does cancel those spines at the very least. Zerglings and queens wandering into cannon fire. Oh my god, this is a straight disaster. 4 drones, 3 zerglings. Synapse is now building zealots, which is a little bit random. Zealots aren't really going to do anything against a Zerg player in this scenario. Roachhorn going down, and a lair as well, trying to build a spine on the high ground. But Mathis only now starting to spend the lava and drone up. This is an absolute disaster. Luckily for Mathis, Synapse has 1 worker on gas. And despite having already secured as much damage as he's possibly going to get with this, is microing a zealot up and down the ramp rather than taking the gas and building a cybercore and doing things that make sense. Oh, a 3rd gate. We're going to go 3-gate zealot here? Are we going to have zealots pop out in the gap as well? Oh, this is so bad. Finally, I guess, cybercore! You have 700 minerals. You could literally double expand and build a cybercore in the next 30 seconds. Okay, finally, the Cybercore only a casual minute and a half late here. Roaches and Zergling speed are on the way right now. Mathis economy literally sucks balls right now, guys. It's pulling a drone back there. Lair is about to finish. Are we going for a cheeky Nidus Worm? Because that costs 150 gas, mate. You don't have enough gas for that. Ling speed, Roach Warren, Roaches, and a Nidus Worm. Incredibly gas heavy. Not having the second gas is really hurting, and I mean, Mathis is really struggling economically, just waiting for that gas to trickle in. Meanwhile, Synapse has not saturated the other gas. There we go, is up to it. And that Cybercore finishing, that's going to tell us, well, what are we going for here? Is it going to be Stargate, Robo? Some people love the Immortals, the Disruptors. A lot of players do love Void Rays, though, and that Nidus Worm is beginning right now. Subterranean Scales, Nidus Worm said 3 armor when emerging from the ground. I never knew that +3 armor actually had an ability name. I like it. The idea is that it is scaled, apparently, as Synapse is building more cannons on the front, is going to be making a Nexus there, and 3 Stalkers to go with this, is massing cannon battery in the natural. This is so effing random. Cancels a cannon and decides to put a shield battery down. You can see this probe selected, but you can actually see from how long it takes to place the building that Synapse is clicking in the command card 100%. For shoresies. For shoresies, 2 queens, 2 roaches, and a handful of zerglings going to go across the map. If there was even a single cannon up here, he could defend this, but Synapse has no idea. Mate, you've literally forced your opponent to go 1 base all in. Of course he's going to Nidus, and 0 preparation on his side of the map. Stargate does go down on the other side. Roach Horn has now fallen, which is not great for Mathis. But the Nidus Worm emerges, and out comes the swift revenge of the Zerg player. Mathis popping out in that main base. Now, there's actually so few units. The probes could fight these Zerglings, but Synapse has to react right now. Synapse microing Stalkers, though. Synapse is too busy microing the Stalkers at the front. Synapse, you're gonna run your probes, mate. Oh my god. The Stalkers have pulled back. Synapse is clearly just looking at the front of the base. I was just not looking at home. Synapse, you donkey. Oh no, if those probes pulled across, could have rebuilt. But as it is, I think every single probe is going to die here. Oh, this is so bad for Synapse. And Mathis just absolutely slaying it right now. Queen slowly killing that main base. 1 probe still mining gas. There is a Void Ray out, right? Oh wait, did we lose a Void Ray? We cancelled the Void Ray from building, I guess. Maybe it never started. Zerglings clean up every single probe. That means there is 1 probe there. 2 probes, probe there, probe there. Okay, this is not good. The Roachling actually clicking on the Nexus. They have not targeted that probe. There we go. Those guys on an attack move to take it down. The Stalker's going to continue to poke forward. It looks like the Spinecrawler did fall. Queen in the main is looking very isolated right now. Mathis supply block to all hell and is just going to evacuate. The drones climb inside the sphincter of that Nidus Worm. It smells bad on the way in, but even worse on the way out. Let's just say, guys, if you want to... Oh, I mean, it'll take you to safety technically, but you are not going to smell the same after coming out of that. Oh god, oh god. You need a deep cleanse shower. You need a real fierce one. Anyways, Queens are going to take out the Forge here. We've got a Nexus rebuilding, so Synapse is going to try and rebuild on the other side of the map. And you know what, guys? Interestingly, no BM just yet. Now, I'm wondering at this point who ends up BMing, because both players have kind of donkeyed a few situations. They've both done all right. Salvaged a bit. Synapse is going to start it with fun game. And that's always a comment where I never know when someone says fun game. I'm like, are we for real? Oh, look, the Queen pops out and she gets in the Nidus. Oh, nice save. Gets another Queen out. Hatchery going down there. Could take this hatchery in the main base as well. 4 Queens can be more than enough to deal with just a couple of Void Rays. You'll need at least 3 or 4 Void Rays to take down 4 Queens once they stack up that transfuse energy. And Synapse right now desperately needs to rebuild that economy. Said fun game. Okay, in this scenario, you've only got 1 probe, so restarting your next probe and then your next probe every time you get 50 minerals is the most important thing to do. Oh, the Zealot could die to the Broodlings. Oh, but it pulls back to the choke point. It's very low, 11 hit points, 5 hit points. Almost dies, not quite though. Meanwhile, okay, so 1 probe does start up here. Synapse is even going to chrono it. Very important to keep chronoing probes here. And that's really the only thing you have to do as Synapse, because you are way behind on workers, but you have the Nexus up a lot faster than the hatcheries. The problem is they're going to have 14 drones mining instantly. Back at 50 probes is Synapse. Back at 50 minerals, I mean. Still not building a probe. What is Synapse looking at right now? Okay, so Synapse is controlling a single Stalker, now controlling 2 Zealots and 2 Stalkers to kill the Nidus Worm. Fair enough. Take out the Nidus Worm. Is now going to run away and start killing lava. Not important to kill those at all, really. And technically, units could build off those lava. Zealot does find the hatchery. But Synapse has got 100 minerals and is still not selecting. Do we not have control groups? Is this a no control group player? Let's go back to everyone's camera. Mathis has 2 control groups. Now let's go to the Protoss player. No control groups. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Literally, the only thing you need to do right now is build probes. Runs a Void Ray in to fight 3 Queens and is staring at it. What is going on in your brain to think fighting 3 Queens stacked with transfuse energy with a Void Ray is a good idea? And Synapse now looks home and queues up 3 probes at once. Oh my god. Oh, and Mathis is gonna needle him. Cool bases you had there. Oh no, you know Synapse is gonna get mad now, man. I think Mathis at this point is really the instigator, right? Meh. I was on the foam. On the foam. I'm not sure if that's a drug in some parts of the world. I have a sneaky feeling he was trying to say phone. I was on the phone. Which point? Which point? When you failed to pull your probes against the Nidus Worm for a good 40 seconds? When your Zealot and then Void Ray ran in and died for no reason? Or when you didn't build probes for a solid minute despite having money to do so? 2 Stalkers and 2 Zealots on the map against a guy who you know has a big force of Ling Roach, and Synapse once again not building probes in the meantime. Oh my god, Synapse is literally only able to look at one thing at once. 0 mechanics at all. No control groups, no hotkeys. You can tell it's just clicking on the command card. I mean, Synapse is literally... This is literally what everybody hates about Protoss players, right? He's like, God, just make cannons and void rays, and I'll click on the command card. To be fair, you can play every race the way Synapse is playing this if you're just a cheesy bastard, which I'm sure there's plenty of Zergs and Terrans out there that are. I've played guys in high GM who don't use control groups. I know it sounds terrible, but it is a thing. Or maybe they only use them for their hatcheries. Mathis, though, right now, 26 drones versus 9 probes. Wait, he's continuing. The continuation excuse here. Synapse comes in and says, dumb game. I won by a mile. LOL. Now, for those who don't know, the LOL lets Mathis know that Synapse doesn't even care and is just sharing this with Mathis so Mathis knows. I mean, it's not even a big deal, but like, you know, this doesn't count as a victory for you. I mean, no. Oh, Mathis is a little... I think Mathis is actually a little salty, right? Which I would be. Your opponent's making excuses. No. The no question mark. That is an extreme level of passive aggression. Synapse is just a fucking phone call made you win. Clearly, Synapse being very salty there as well. The lol at the end, I don't think counteracts the amount of salt in that comment, mate. Just fucking phone call made you win, lol. Well, you lost. So you didn't win, basically, Mathis is saying there. So Mathis right now is salt baying the wound. I gotta say, Synapse is there, just like, I'm not fucking angry, lol, lol. And Mathis is like just fucking throwing that salt into the open wounds repeatedly. And I gotta say, I would be a little salty if I was Synapse as well. I think I would be getting a little salty because, I mean, I'm there with my one hand. I'm not building probes despite having 400 minerals and you're still not building probes. Oh my God. This is like, I've never seen someone this bad at StarCraft before. This is insane. What are you looking at? Build probes, starts a void ray. He was just waiting for the gas for a void ray. And now he queues up 5 probes at once. Oh my. And he's like, all right, let's go. One void ray. This went well last time, buddy. Let's try it again. Round 2 of clicking a void ray on superior queen numbers and taking a whole bunch of damage for no reason. At least Synapse pulls back this time. But holy shit, dude. Mathis has actually been managing the economy back up to 40 workers, floating a ton of money. So I do think Mathis has been distracted by the shit talk on both sides. Obviously, Mathis could take like 5 bases right now and build more queens. Could do just about anything they want. The important thing is to do things. Mathis has not injected for a while, guys. Let's check that APM tab. 29 APM for Protoss, 100 for Zerg. Wait, he's got a 3 Ravager run by. Okay, the Void Ray's there. He's got to just run in. Well, I gotta go. Lucky, says Synapse. Okay, Synapse, round 7 continuation excuse here. I don't know if Mathis is going to bite it. Mathis, though, stops microing the Ravagers, maybe to answer. I bet he's typing as well. Oh my God, he could have run in and killed a bunch of probes here. But Mathis apparently enjoying this donkey battle. Neither one of them with anything in the production tab. They aren't doing anything. This is what happens when 2 low-level players are more focused on their ego battle rather than playing the game. These Ravagers ended up being just an absolute waste of money for a player who's already super gas-starved. Mathis puts down a hatchery. What are we doing? Still has not injected in minutes. Is building 1 queen, a hatchery, and a lair. Literally, Mathis is doing nothing right now. The only person doing less is Synapse, who's like, I guess I'll build a Nexus. What? Is super supply blocked as well. Finally, those plans finish up. Still has not saturated 1 base and is not building probes. Holy shit. StarCraft cannot handle... He doesn't queue these probes. He builds a pylon, builds a fleet beacon, and then just leaves the probes. Oh, this is hurting my soul to watch. This is hurting my... What are you both... You're both... Oh, injects! Mathis injected! Is now building spores on 2 base. I don't know if that's necessary. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world as an alpha of Chad's approaches, but definitely not the greatest. Mathis not droning, not spending the money. The lava all just sitting there right now. Is apparently... Okay, we're waiting for Hydra Tech because Hydras shoot up. Fair enough, Mathis. At least I understand your goal. Synapse, on the other hand, is going to go for the Forge there. Rebuilding the Forge because he's like, I need more cannons. I mean, this here is peak StarCraft, truly. Fleet beacon, so we're going to go 24 probe carrier or Tempest, which is highly intelligent. Let's go the most expensive unit in the game off barely 1 base economy. And an Overlord will go down to these Void Rays. Looks like they will take out the head of the Nidus Worm. The butt, of course, did already die, so it will get to go and hang out with the butt in Zerg Heaven. Oh, Queen's going to come forward. Get out of there, Chad Rays. Chad Rays do pull back. All right, guys, we've got Roach Speed on the way for Mathis. Does need to get those Hydra upgrades and start Hydra production, and indeed 4 Hydras are started. No upgrades for them just yet. I've talked a lot over the years about how Hydras are one of the worst units in the game pre-upgrade. Queen's going to start to fight these Void Rays. Void Rays taking some damage right now. Oof. They will pull back. We've got roaches running across the map. Going to go for a bit of a roach attack, but not really building much behind it. Void Ray comes in. Spores and Queens do deflect it. And what do we got? Mathis right now. It's just building Overlords to get out of the supply block. Still has thousands of resources banked up. Mathis hit 2-base saturation about 5 minutes ago, remember? And it's finally starting to turn that into Hydras. The roaches are going to get microed at the front. I'm not really sure this is high priority, stopping him from building slow zealots, but apparently slow zealot carrier. Synapse here is like, oh, only lost because of the phone. I'm going to break it to you guys. Slow zealot carrier on 24 probes is not a good army. Some would say it's a bad investment. Oh my god, the Artosis pylon! Depowers 3 cannons, the gateways and the forge. Oh my god, the other batteries and cannons are going to clean this up, as will the Void Rays though. And Mathis has not done anything while this attack's going on. Mathis, after minutes of not spending bank, decides to run across the map with the Roach Ravager. Spend your money. Go for the probes at least. Kill something important, mate. The Void Rays, one of them is not attacking right now. Dude, you've got to A-move your Void Rays to defend. There's a Roach up there. Finally, it goes down. And Mathis is like, oh, I lost my army. I guess I'll go home and build. Is rallying across the map right now into the opponent's base. 4 Hydras at a time. Oh my god, this is an absolute disaster. The Void Rays stumble into the Hydras, and the unupgraded Hydralisks are actually going to kill both Void Rays. You're kidding me. Oh my god, the Void Ray gets out of there just barely, but it almost dies. Now 3 drones are building. Why are we building drones now? What is going on? Oh my god. Oh man, it's funny because I take for granted the ability to make a plan in a chaotic situation and follow through on it. And when I watch low level players, it reminds me just like how devoid of plans they are in a clean game, yet alone a messy game where like there is just no fundamentals. It's incredible. The best thing though is the fact that these players have egos, right? Synapse has already made a whole bunch of excuses, and it reminds me of when I started playing Dota 2, and I was like, oh, I feel like learning Dota 2. Carrier's, okay, hold that thought, I'll finish that story in a moment. Carrier's gonna fight the Hydras. Oh man, but the cannons aren't in range right now. The battery's trying to help out, but there's almost no interceptors. The Hydras will clean up those interceptors. Mathis could easily have another 30 Hydras out by now. Literally has enough money for 30 Hydralisks. He's gonna chase the carriers in for cannons. That is not a good move. The cannon battery doing very well. Still no battery overcharge. Synapse does not know that ability exists because it involves a spell. And Synapse, as you can see, doing a very intelligent A move with just 2 carriers. The cannon's cleaning up the Hydras. Mathis really should just pull back and gather up his Hydras. Hydras gun down the interceptors. Just run away. And why are you building more roaches? Oh my god, 12 roaches start up. No injects going down. Oh my god, and Synapse is just A moving, which means the carriers are throwing interceptors one at a time. They die before they even get a shot off. Look at this, guys. Okay, does pull back there. You've got to wait for the carriers to fill up on interceptors before they're any good at fighting. What a disaster. Anyway, a Mothership and a Tempest are building right now. Synapse, highly intelligent player, feels like, Mom, save me, Mummy. Mummy, can you please come and cloak me? Protect me from the Zerg. We're playing in Silver League, so I think maybe he doesn't know what detection is. I wouldn't count on it, Synapse. Also, you got to remember, they can still always see Mama and just kill her to get rid of her cloak. Either way, back to the Dota story, right? So I remember I was like, okay, let's play Dota. And I hopped on ladder for the first time. So I'm playing in the equivalent of like Bronze League, Silver League. And it was incredible. The amount of cognitive dissonance and just the lack of self-awareness as this Roach Hydra comes on in and A moves into the cannon battery. I think the Tempest, the carriers are going to clean this up. There's still 2 cannons up, only 1 cannon left. The Tempest and the carriers, though, still have a decent interceptor count, but they're not actually fighting the Hydras right now. There's still 2 Hydras that are killing interceptors. And there we go. It looks like finally the Tempest carrier will overwhelm the Hydras, and they will hang on here. The Roaches could run in the mineral line and kill some probes, but instead they are just attacking a forge right now, so not the best prioritization from Mathis. Oh man, this is such a slow finish. If Mathis was able to just build, finally 17 Hydras are building all at once, and a Nidus Worm at the front might be able to overwhelm. Anyway, point of the story being, guys, that, you know, I didn't know how to play, and there would basically be guys who are literally the worst players in the game, objectively. The ladder tells them this, and they'd be like, you fucking suck, man. Why aren't you doing the thing? And I'd be like, oh, I'm really new, guys, first time playing, what's the thing? And they're like, you fucking idiot, stop feeding. And I was like, oh, I'm actually not. Like, why weren't you here to do this thing? And like, literally, it was just the most deluded, angry players who were just constantly shouting at each other that they were playing the game wrong. And like, you know objectively that they do not know how to play the game. Like, this is a fact. Like, if they did, they wouldn't be in Bronze and Silver League, right? No offense to people in Bronze and Silver League, but that is exactly it. And the Hydras run underneath. They get the Tempest. They get the Carrier. I feel like Synapse, especially Mathis maybe as well, but definitely Synapse fits into this category of player who does not realize how bad they are. The Carriers are there, is floating 1,500 minerals on almost no economy. Mathis says, ah, damn your Carriers. I'm not sure if that's like a compliment, being like, damn, they were hard to kill, but I finally beat them. I feel relieved. I don't know if Mathis at this point is giving a compliment or is trying to be like, haha, I got your Carriers. We're going to see what happens. Mama is here. It's 1 Void Ray, 3 Zealots, and Mama. Mama needs to run away. She needs to run away. Okay. The Roach Hydra does back off for now as Mathis falls back and is like, damn you and your cloaking field. Of course, Mama, the toughest unit in the game with 700 combined hit points. For those who don't know, a Battlecruiser or an Ultralist comes in second to that, both at 550. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. Actually, it got changed to 500 for the Ultra. The Battlecruiser is still 550, but also the Battlecruiser has 3 armor. Mothership only has 2 armor, Pigs, so you could argue against low damage, high frequency attack units. The Battlecruiser is actually effectively tankier, especially with armor upgrades. Nice to know. YouTube comments, thank you as always for your amazing insight. I look forward to some of you posting some more essays at the end of some of my casts about how you would have played the game differently and better, especially. I mean, honestly, it's kind of cute when it's a bit of theory crafting in a Florencio game or something. My favorite is when it's like a Serral game and there's somebody who's like, I need to tell you how to play the game better. Anyways, Void Ray, Mothership, Tempest, and 4 Slow Zealots. This here is some box art army comp. Time Warp goes down! Synapse knows how to use a spell! Apparently, though, when your opponent has 35 Hydralisks, having 1 of each unit and 3 Slow Zealots, objectively the worst unit in the Protoss arsenal, is not the best composition, and floating 2,000 to 1,000 minerals is not the best. Holy shit. Riddle me confused and impressed. I don't even know what's happening. 1-1 upgrades and a Spire on the way. Mathis is still not really droned up that much, but has finally made a mass of Hydras, and they have Groove Spines and Muscular Augments. The Hydra upgrades eventually did come in. And look at that! Aggressive stutter step from Mathis. And note, Mathis is clicking on a pylon there, so an accidental click on the pylon when it was trying to target the Tempest. Synapse says, lucky. Mathis counters with bad, mad, cause you're bad, you're bad, you're mad. You're bad and you're mad because you're bad. Synapse, I don't think is gonna have anything to say to that except just because my phone rang. No, it's no, you. Censored. Lucky, censored, lol. Oh my god, you know it yourself, says Mathis. Rematch, says Synapse. And actually, I remember now, in the email, I think it was Mathis sent this in and said, rematch, I won't have any phone calls in the next one. Mathis actually offered the rematch after this game, messaged him afterwards, said, sure, let's do the rematch, let's go. And Synapse said, you're just trying to cheat or something? Like, had some excuse and literally, and then just disappeared. You know what? Sure. Oh, yeah, it was, I'll rematch you. Apparently, Zerg is the off race of Mathis, though they're about the same league. And Mathis said, sure, yeah, I'll play against my Terran. This is my off race, you know, play against my Terran. And Synapse is like, no, screw you. Dropping some more curse words there in the chat. They are all censored, of course. And we get to see there the giant ego of the incompetent StarCraft player. You know what they say, right? The worse you are, the less aware of how bad you are. The better you get, the more aware of how shit you are at a thing and how lacking your skills are. But when you're at the bottom, there is this intersection of peak inability to play and peak ignorance, and it's a beautiful thing to behold. GG, well played. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of the Salt Mines. If you've got any outlandish, weird, and crazy BM, send your replays in. I'd love to see them. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye and good night.